Wake the fuck up, Americans. I'm here to talk some sense into you. Well, hold on a second. I'm Canadian, and when I say Americans, I'm including Canadians in that because Canadians, admit it, we're really just the 51st state. We're like California with igloos. So Canadians, Americans, same thing. Anyway, what was I saying? Wake the fuck up, Americans. I'm here to talk some sense into you. As a nation, we suck with languages. 43% of all people around the world are bilingual. That includes over 50% of the people in Europe, and in some countries like Indonesia and Philippines, virtually everybody is bilingual. And it's very common in a lot of countries for people to speak 3, 4, or even 5 languages on a regular basis. But in America, only 20% of the people are bilingual. And guess what? Almost all of those people are immigrants or the children of immigrants. Amongst homegrown Americans, very few are bilingual. And in the northern province of Canada, the situation is not much different. Most of the people who are bilingual are immigrants or francophone Canadians, French-speaking Canadians. Anglophone Canadians are generally monolingual, very few of them are bilingual. In Australia, the numbers are even worse. And in Europe, guess which countries have the lowest levels of bilingualism? So the point I'm making is that Anglophones basically do not become bilingual. I don't want to say that Anglophones are lazy, but why the hell are we so damn lazy? Well, obviously it's because of a lack of incentive. English is the international language, so why should I put in all this time and effort to speak another language when other people will just speak English with me? Isn't it kinda sorta arrogant to expect all the other people to put in all the effort to accommodate us? Anybody who has traveled has probably seen Americans or other Anglophones getting frustrated with the locals when they couldn't speak English. But if those Anglophones had ever learned a second language for themselves, maybe they would be able to understand and empathize with that other person and find a way to communicate with them. The truth is, English is not spoken by most people in the world, despite the fact that it's the de facto international language. Most people simply don't speak English unless you stick to the main tourist traps. And who likes cheesy tourist traps? Knowing another major language can greatly help you communicate around the world. There's also no guarantee that English will be the international language for much longer. Not too long ago, the international language was French, and in the future, maybe it will be Chinese or Spanish, who knows? Well, it probably won't be Chinese, but you never know. The number of Spanish speakers is growing rapidly, and a lot of Spanish-speaking countries are in the process of developing rapidly, so Spanish could become much more important in the near future. But even if Spanish never becomes the de facto international language, there's no denying that knowing Spanish would be incredibly useful in a lot of places around the world. But even if there were no practical benefits to learning a second language, learning another language simply makes you smarter. Do you want to be stupid? Learning a second language actually makes your brain grow. It increases your memory. It increases your attention span. It helps you deal with ambiguities and nuance in meaning. It makes you better at multitasking and adapting to new circumstances. And learning a second language helps offset the beginning of dementia by years, up to 5 years in fact. Learning a language is brain exercise. Learning a language also helps you in less tangible ways. It helps you understand different ways of seeing reality. Look at this color right here. What color is this? If you're an English speaker, you probably thought that's blue. Now have a look at this color right here. What color is that? If you're an English speaker, you might be thinking, well, that's a shade of blue, that's light blue. But if you are Japanese, then you probably thought this is a different color. That's not blue, it's actually watercolor. In Japanese, these are 2 different colors. People perceive them as different colors because they have 2 different names for these colors. But wait, that doesn't make sense. They're just 2 shades of the same color. I don't understand. Oh, really? Okay, well, how about this color right here? Would you say that's red? Okay. How about this color right here? If you're an English speaker, you probably said, that's pink. But there are a lot of languages in the world that do not see this as pink. They see this as a shade of red, the same way that you see light blue as a shade of blue. These ways of perceiving reality are the core of what we call culture. By understanding different ways of perceiving reality, we are understanding cultural variation and cultural difference. That greater cultural understanding can bring people together, can create greater international relationships, and can maybe even prevent wars. How many wars have broken out because the two sides couldn't comprehend each other's way of perceiving the situation? I can only imagine. So Anglophones, stop being the laughingstock of the world and stop selling yourself short. Start learning a foreign language and expand your mind. This is Paul. Thank you for watching the Lang Focus channel. Leave your comments down below. Talk to you later. Have a good night.